let me know. Let me know if you guys have questions. You can post on the chat box, or for my people just watching the recording, you can also post on Piazza. If you go to the Piazza page, I currently have a live Q&A session. So if you post a question, I can answer it, or another student can answer it too. I think it'd be really cool. Or if you have a specific question, you can go to the Q&A folder and you can post right then and there. Okay, so Q&A and then post question. Okay, so in case you have a question throughout the day. Okay, let's get started. The first thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna flip my screen over. So turn up into double chin mode. I forgot. Oh, I wasn't ready. I forgot to grab my little stencil. Okay. So the first thing I want you guys to remember right now is the law of conservation energy. That's the first thing we're gonna go over. I guess I should flip it real quick so I can type it. So the law of conservation of energy. Very simply, in very simple terms, the law of conservation of energy, it is a law that states that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. And that key word is transfer. So please take some time to write that down. Awesome. I see we have some students coming in. Please look at the chat box. I just posted some stuff so you guys can follow along. So law of conservation of energy is a law that states that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred, okay? It can only be transferred. In this case, we have about two main forms. We have kinetic, which equals moving. Anything that moves. Anything that moves. Anything that moves, okay? That's kinetic energy. Anything that moves, and then we have potential. Anything that is resting. Anything that is not moving. Not moving, okay? In other words, resting. So for kinetic energy, we release energy. And for potential, we store energy, okay? I'll give you guys some time to write that down while I look at my notes again one more time to see if there's anyone having a question, which doesn't seem like it. I'll check Piazza in a bit to see if there's people asking questions, but I do have my phone ready, so if I get a question, I will know. Okay, let's move on. Some examples of energy, right? Of the law of conservation of energy. The key word is transferring, right? We need to transfer energy, okay? So if we look right here, we have some examples right here, which you can copy it down if you want to. It's pretty simple. Just a sun radiating heat, right? So that is transferring energy, right? Transferring energy onto us, the people. Anything that the sea is us on the people. Woo! And that's what we get so hot. I'm gonna put like, oof, that's what we get so hot. Because transfer energy to us, right? Another example is the log, this log right here. If you build a fire, it's gonna radiate heat, and that's what keeps you warm. So now this person is warm. Warm. So now this person is officially warm, okay? Now, through this, we also have some different kinds of energy. We got, for example, let's say a chemical energy stored in a cell. A cell, like in biology, right? We're made up of very small organisms called cells, right? So these cells, they transfer, wrong one, cell for a light bulb. My gosh, Mr. Castillo, you're so dummy. Sorry, chemical energy in the cell and the generator, my bad. So when there's a cell in the generator, it actually transfers electrical energy to a bulb. And that bulb can transfer energy into light, which is the brightness of it. So how bright it is. Hi, Mr. Castillo, you're so dummy. How bright it is. And then thermal energy, the actual heat. What happens if you touch a light bulb after it's been on for a while? You get burned. So transfer to two different kinds of energy, into light energy and into thermal energy. My bad, I thought I was talking about a cell. So the key word here is just energy transfer, right? So we just need to be very careful on this word right here, transfer. This is the key word. Keyword. Okay, guys, I got about a couple more seconds, about maybe 20 more seconds to write that down, to just finish your drawings, and then we'll move on. Awesome. Seems to be no questions either here as well. Yeah, we're good. There's no questions right now. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, awesome. We're going to start right here. Okay. There's no questions. Okay. So another thing we're going to do real quickly, and I'm going to explain this really quickly as well. We have two types of, when it comes to the types of processes. We have a system and we have a surrounding, right? Oh, someone just came in. Awesome. For my student who just came in, I just put some notes on the chat box. So read that while we continue here. So we have system and surroundings. For every process, we have two types of actions going on. We have a system and a surrounding. The system is our main focus. What are we trying to talk about? What is our main focus? And the surrounding is everything else. Okay? Everything else. That's it. That's all you gotta know for that one. Okay? What's our main focus is our system, and what's the surrounding is everything else. Okay? And these two put together, creates a universe. You don't need to know that much, but just know that the universe is a system plus surrounding. System plus surrounding. In other words, another word for this could be all of it. All of it. Okay? So when I say the universe, I mean everything, literally everything being incorporated. Okay? Guys, a couple more seconds to write that down. And I feel like I did this pretty ugly. I don't want. Let's make it a little bit prettier. All of it. There you go. No questions so far. If you have a question, just put it in the chat box or go to Piazza and post it. Okay, let's move on. This is an example, system and surroundings, right? So I made a little example for you guys real quick. Our system, we have an example. We have a beaker in a box. Okay, a beaker in the box. So what's my system? My system could be the beaker or the liquid in the beaker, right? So in this case, my system could be the liquid. I'm just gonna keep it as a liquid because it seems like the only thing is if our system's a liquid, this is our main focus, okay? So focus. Okay? Focus. That's our liquid. That's our system. So what's our surrounding? Well, our surrounding is everything else, right? So our surrounding is everything else. Whoa, that was a big arrow. Our surrounding is everything else. So the beaker and the box that is enclosing the beaker. And this is everything else. Okay? And our last one, we have our universe. And our universe, like I mentioned, is all of it. All of it. So that means it's literally going to be the liquid the beaker, and the what? And the box. So literally, the universe is all of it. Okay? Seems to be any questions right now, so it's good. Pretty straightforward, right? No, it's not that confusing on that one, hopefully. Give a couple more seconds for that, maybe about 20 more seconds to do that. You can just do this. Like I said, if you can't draw that well, I will have these notes posted in a bit. Okay, so we'll post them on the on Google Classroom, and I'll also post them on the YouTube channel, and I'll have the link to these notes in the YouTube channel description. Okay. Sweet. Let's move on. Now let's talk about open, closed, and isolated systems, okay? Now there's three types of systems here. We have open, we have closed, and we have isolated. So let's focus on the first one real quick. So we have open, so three types of systems. Three types of systems, okay? Hold up. There you go. Three types of systems, okay? So our first one is our open system. And that one just means that matter and energy can leave in and out, okay? And then we have our closed. Our closed system, only energy can leave in and out. And our final one is isolated, and that one is neither matter nor energy can leave. Okay, so we got three types of systems. We have the open system, and the open system is literally just where matter and energy can leave in and out. So if you have, for example, a little beaker right here, right? A little beaker right here. If it's open, that means there's nothing closing it. So that means that the liquid can evaporate and leave. Okay. And that means the energy can also be transferred in. Okay. So it is open. Energy and matter can leave in and out. And by matter, let me be specific. By matter, I mean matter equals a solid, a liquid, and a gas. Oh. Okay, that's what I mean by matter. By matter, I mean a solid, liquid, or gas. Okay, the states of matter: solid, liquid, or gas. In this case, this is liquid, but it can evaporate, so it becomes a gas. So that's matter and energy being transferred in and out. Okay. Now, for a closed system, think of a closed system. The key reflection here, the very important thing right here for a closed system, it has some sort of like closure, like a cap or like a lid, where matter cannot leave. So matter cannot leave. You see how it just stays here? Matter cannot leave. Energy can still come in, right? Energy can still come in, but matter cannot leave. So that's a closed system. You can still transfer energy in, but as far as like evaporation, if that beaker has a closed lid, the liquid is not going to go anywhere. It's just going to stay there. Okay. That's why if you're trying to boil water, if you put a lid, when you're boiling water, you put a lid on, it will boil faster because now the vapor is staying within the system and it starts to boil faster. Okay. And then now we have our final one. We have our isolated system. And an isolated system usually has like a container Like it has like something around it where nothing can leave and nothing can come in. So that means literally nothing can leave. Look at that. Like nothing, no matter can leave, no energy can leave, but also no matter and no energy can enter either. It can't enter. And some of these examples are usually like in spaceships, you know, they make sure that it's closed really, really tight. So like no like outside like energy from the outer space can enter the spaceship. And so like stuff that are really, really close, tight knit together. So those are our three examples of systems: open, closed, and isolated. I'll give you guys a couple, maybe about 35 seconds. Yeah, 35 seconds to copy all that down. And I'm going to check if there was any questions, and it doesn't seem like there are. Let me check Piazza. Let's see. A doggy! Ah! You may put my mask on. You just came in for our office hour sessions. You want to say hi to students? Let's see. Let me put my mask on real quick. Hold up, guys. We have. We have Hugo, Daniela, Leila, Sarai, Ruby, and Carlos.
Oh, okay.
Say hi, everyone.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, I have my thing on, but they're saying hi. They're saying hi.
Yes, I brought my dog.
I love it. Come here. Hi. Ah, she's so excited.
She is.
Oh, love it. Oh, yes, yes.
What's that? Yeah.
Oh. Any questions? Sorry. Any questions, anyone?
I'll come back later.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, that was so exciting. Okay. Hold up. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Hopefully people copied it down. I think it's been more than 30. Yep, it's definitely been more than 35 seconds. These are other examples. I'll also put in the notes sections. So you can tell that the docs smell really nice. So we know this is an open system with a cup of coffee. Then we have, if you put a lid on the cup of coffee, it becomes a closed system. But then if you get one of those fancy thermos, this actually becomes an isolated system. Because literally heat will not come in and heat will not leave the system either. So you put hot coffee in here, then it's literally going to stay hot for a very, very, very long time. Okay? Very, very long time. So here we know that it's evaporating. But we also know that heat can also leave it, can also enter it, you know? And in the closed system, only heat is entering, but nothing is leaving. And then this one, literally nothing. It's blocking it. Nothing is entering, nothing is leaving. So those are examples of it. Can you bring your dog to school? I think the answer is no. I think the only reason Mr. Gonzalez brought his dog, she's training for service dog. Oh, that's a great question. I don't know. I think technically here at school, dogs are not allowed on campus. But I know during the quarantine, there's been some flexibility because there's literally no students. Like there's no one here, you know. That's a great question, Ugo. Can I get Ugo? Can I get back to you on that one? I'm gonna write it down and see what's the accommodation for like service dogs. Okay. Well, you guys copy it down. I'm just gonna do this real quick. We have about 2 more minutes at least from what I've been trying to do, and then I'll give you guys some time for some questions. If you guys have questions. So what was the question? Ugo M. Service dogs allowed? Question mark. Okay, awesome. I'll get back to you on that one. And then our last one is literally just this one, guys. like the one from my Edpuzzle lab demo for you guys, where you guys can also do it. You're trying to boil water. It will boil faster if you put a lid on it. So this is closed, and this is what? Open. Right here. Okay. So just like that. I have about 30 more seconds. So at least for me right now, for these notes, I feel like these notes are sufficient. So I pretty much don't have anything. The only other thing I have for you guys is this last part, is this right here. And I'll finish up. I'm gonna put remember, energy transfers from, ooh. I'll make it pretty, don't worry. Energy transfers from hot to cold. Okay, so just know that energy transfers from hot to cold. There you go. Energy transfers from hot, and I'm gonna put this into like a red. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, it's okay. Energy transfers from hot to cold. And the reason we know that is when something gets really, really hot, the molecules are going to start moving really, really fast. So if I do like a really quick example here. If I do a quick example right here. If it's hot, molecules, like different, like small molecules, like literally small molecules, will start traveling everywhere. They will go everywhere. Okay, these are molecules. Oh. And then when it's cold, literally they're not traveling as much. Okay, they're not traveling as much. When you add heat to something, things start to move quicker. So when they start to move quicker, they want to transfer to something that's not moving quickly. So if something is cold, heat will always travel to a cold area. That's why heat rises. Like if you have like a 2-story house, if you live on the 2nd story, it's usually hotter because heat rises. Okay. I'm actually gonna copy this down right here. I'm gonna copy this back in the first notes. There you go. Awesome. Are there any questions? Oh. Any questions I may answer at this time? There seems to be no questions on Piazza, which hopefully there will be. I'm here to answer any questions at this point. I'm actually going to. Okay, that seems to be all the notes for today. So technically for today, Thursday, make sure you watch the Edpuzzle video. And then after you watch the Edpuzzle and complete it, make sure you actually watch it till the end. If not, it's not going to submit it. And then Friday, there's a CR statement on Google Classroom. You have to answer a question in CR statement format. Now, these questions or the work is already assigned on Google Classroom, so definitely check it out when you have the chance. Okay? Everyone have a great day. Goodbye. Mr. Castillo signing off.